You're standing at a bar. The hum of voices, clinking glasses surrounds you, and there she is across the room. Her eyes catch yours for a split second. Most guys would freeze, overthink, or rush in with a rehearsed line that falls flat. But not you. You're here because you know there's a way to own that moment, to make her feel you before you even open your mouth. This isn't about pickup lines or cheap tricks. It's about commanding respect, sparking desire, leaving her thinking about you long after you're gone. Let's dive into how you become that man, the one who doesn't chase but pulls her into your orbit with every word, every pause, every glance. The pain hits deep, doesn't it? You've been there, pouring your energy into a conversation, trying to be the good guy, witty, charming, safe. You're laying it all out, hoping she'll see you. But her eyes drift. She checks her phone. That polite smile creeps across her face, the one that says, "I'm already checked out." It's a gut punch. You're not some kid begging for scraps of attention. You're a man with fire in your chest, with stories, scars, and strength. Yet somehow your words aren't landing. You're stuck in a loop, chasing her interest, losing your edge, walking away feeling like you're less than you know you are. That's not who you were built to be. That's not the man you are. Here's the raw truth. Women don't want your resume or your nervous chatter. They don't want you to explain yourself into their approval. They want to feel something real, something electric, something that makes their pulse spike, their thoughts race. Attraction isn't about being liked. It's about being felt. It's about walking into a room and shifting the air without saying a word. Psychological research like Dr. Robert Cialdini's work on influence shows that power lies in scarcity and mystery. The less you give away, the more she craves to know. The less you chase, the more she's drawn to you. That's not game, it's human wiring. Picture this. You're at that bar and she's across the room. You don't rush over like some eager kid. You catch her eye. Hold it a beat longer than feels safe. Let a half smile creep across your face like you know something she doesn't. When you finally approach, you don't hit her with a joke or a compliment she's heard 1,000 times. You lean in, voice low and steady, and say, "You look like someone who's got a secret you're not telling." Then you stop. You don't explain. You don't fill the silence. You let her mind race. Let her wonder what you see in her. Maybe she laughs. Maybe she blushes. Maybe she fires back with, "What makes you say that?" Doesn't matter. You flip the dynamic. She's not judging you anymore. She's chasing your approval. That's the moment you become the man she can't stop thinking about. If you keep doing what most guys do, you're signing up for a lifetime of frustration. You'll keep talking yourself into corners, watching her drift away while you wonder where you went wrong. That quiet rage will build, the kind that burns when you know you're better than this, but you're stuck playing a game you don't understand. Worse, you'll start doubting yourself. You'll wonder if you're not enough, when the truth is, you're just playing by the wrong rules. The cost isn't just a missed connection. It's the slow erosion of your confidence, your edge, your you. No man deserves that. So let's flip the script. Let's talk about how to become the man who commands respect. Not through force, but through presence. Let's break down the tools to master conversations that don't just spark attraction. They ignite obsession. These aren't tricks. They're the blueprint to unlocking the man you already are. Owning the silence where power begins. The first key to commanding respect is learning to wield silence like a weapon. Most guys rush to fill the void, terrified of awkwardness, afraid she'll lose interest if they don't keep talking. But silence isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally. When you pause, you create space for her to feel the weight of your presence. You're saying without words that you're not desperate, not scrambling for her approval. You're in control. Next time she says something, don't jump to respond. Hold her gaze. Let the moment stretch just a beat too long. Then say, "That's interesting, but I'm wondering what you're not saying." Watch her body shift. Maybe she leans in. Maybe her fingers brush her hair. That's her reacting to you, not your words. That's the spark. Psychological studies, like those from Dr. Albert Mehrabian, show that 93% of communication's impact comes from tone and body language, not the words themselves. Your silence speaks louder than your chatter. It's the pause that makes her wonder what you're thinking, what you see in her. It's the pause that pulls her in. Don't make the mistake of breaking that tension. Don't laugh it off or explain yourself. Let her sit in it. Let her imagination start to wander. That's where desire takes root. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and she's telling you about her day. Instead of nodding along, you lean back, tilt your head, let the silence hang for a moment. Then with a slight smirk you say, "You're telling me about your day, but I'm curious. What's the one thing you did today that you wouldn't post online?" She'll pause, maybe laugh, maybe look away. Whatever she does, you've just shifted the conversation from surface level to something deeper, something real, provoking her mind. Challenge over charm. Now that you've got her attention, don't fall into the trap of trying to please her. Forget the tired compliments about her looks. She's heard them all before, and they slide off her like water. Instead, provoke her. Challenge her in a way that makes her feel seen, not judged. Lean in and say, "You seem like you're holding back something wild. Am I wrong?" It's not about being confrontational. It's about cutting through the surface to the real her. Women crave men who can read them without being told, who see the parts they hide from the world. This isn't just intuition. It's backed by psychology. Research on attraction, like studies from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, shows that women are drawn to men who display confidence and emotional intelligence. When you challenge her with a question that hits at her core, you're not just talking. You're penetrating her defenses. You're showing her you're not intimidated by the real her. And that's what makes her lean in. Picture this. You're at a party and she's talking about her job, her routine. Most guys would try to impress her with their own stories. Instead, you lock eyes and say, "You talk like you've got everything figured out, but I bet there's a side of you that wants to break all the rules." Then stop. Watch her reaction. Maybe she smirks. Maybe she looks away. Maybe she says, "What makes you think that?" Whatever she does, you've planted a seed. She's thinking about the version of herself she doesn't show the world. And now she's wondering if you're the one who can handle it. Here's how it plays out in real life. You're grabbing drinks and the conversation's flowing. She's telling you about her travels, her adventures. Instead of one-upping her with your own stories, you say, "You talk about these places like they're part of you, but I'm curious. What's the one choice you made out there that nobody else knows about?" It's a question that cuts deep. That invites her to reveal something real. And when she does, you don't flinch. You nod, like you've known it all along. That's the moment she starts to see you differently, mirroring her edge. Seeing the real her. Every woman has a side she keeps hidden, the impulsive, the reckless, the raw. Your job is to reflect that back to her, to show her you see it and you're not afraid. This is how you build intimacy, not through touch, but through recognition. Try saying, "I bet you make decisions that surprise even you sometimes." Then pause. Let her confirm it with a smile, a story, or even a nervous laugh. You're not guessing. You're showing her you see the real her, the one she doesn't let out at work or with her friends. This tactic taps into a deep psychological truth. People are drawn to those who see their authentic selves without judgment. In his book, Influence, Cialdini talks about the power of liking. We're attracted to those who understand us, but this isn't about flattery. It's about mirroring her edge, the part of her that's dangerous, unpredictable, alive. When you do that, you become the only man in the room who gets her. And that's when she starts to crave you. Imagine you're at a dinner and she's sharing something about her life. Most guys would try to relate or impress. Instead, you say, "You strike me as someone who seems calm, but I bet you've got a side that's pure chaos when no one's watching." Watch her eyes light up, maybe with a raised brow or a sly smile. That's the crack. The entry point into the version of her she only reveals in private. And now you're the man who opened that door. Controlling the rhythm. Slow is power. Now that you've sparked something, it's time to take control of the rhythm. Slow the conversation down. Speak like you've got all night, like you're in no rush to prove anything. When you rush, you signal desperation. When you're deliberate, you signal power. Try this. There's something about the way you move, like you know exactly what you're doing even when you're not sure. Pause, let it land. Her imagination will do the rest. Pacing matters because it sets the emotional tone. Studies on nonverbal communication show that slower speech and deliberate pauses convey confidence and authority. Think of the coolest guy you know. Does he talk like he's racing to keep her attention? No. He speaks like every word is a choice, like he's leading her somewhere she wants to go. That's what you're doing here. You're not just talking, you're guiding her through an experience. Picture this. You're on a date and the conversation's heating up. She's laughing, you're vibing. Most guys would keep pushing, trying to keep the energy high. Instead, you lean back, lower your voice, and say, "You know there's something about the way you laugh. It's like you're daring me to figure you out." Then you stop. You sip your drink. You let the moment breathe. She'll feel the shift, and she'll want to fill that space. That's when you know you're in control. Leaving her wanting absence is your ace. Here's where you seal the deal. Leave her wanting more. The most powerful move isn't what you say, it's what you don't. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't try to lock her down with plans or promises. After you've sparked that tension, say something like, "I've got to go, but I'm curious to see what happens next time we talk." Then walk away. You're not abandoning her. You're giving her space to chase you in her mind. That's where desire grows. This is rooted in psychology's scarcity principle. We want what's just out of reach. By stepping back, you're not playing hard to get. You're giving her the gift of mystery. You're letting her imagination fill in the blanks. Maybe she's picturing what you'd say next, what you'd do if you stayed. Maybe she's replaying that moment when you looked at her like you saw straight through her. Whatever she's thinking, it's about you, and that's the point. Here's how it looks in action. You're at a club and the conversation's electric. She's leaning in, her eyes locked on you. Most guys would push for her number, a date, something concrete. Instead you say, "This is fun, but I'm not sure you're ready for where this could go." Then you smile, touch her arm lightly, and walk away. She's left standing there, heart racing, wondering what you meant. And that's the moment she starts chasing you. Reading her body, listen to what she doesn't say. To take it to the next level, start paying attention to what her body says, not just her words. Notice the micro signals, the way she plays with her hair when you pause, the way her lips part when you hold eye contact, the way her body angles towards you when you challenge her. These are the signs that tell you you're in. Dr. Machiavellian's research on nonverbal cues shows that body language and tone carry more weight than words ever could. Her body will tell you what her mouth won't. Try this. Next time you're talking, notice how she responds to your pauses. If she leans in, she's hooked. If she fidgets, she's nervous in a good way. If she mirrors your posture, she's subconsciously aligning with you. Use that. Say, "I can tell you're thinking something you're not saying." What is it? You're not just asking a question. You're showing her you're paying attention to the real her. And that's what makes her feel seen. Imagine you're at a bar and she's telling you about her day. You pause, tilt your head, and say, "You're saying all the right things, but your eyes are telling a different story. What's really going on?" She might laugh it off, but her body will react. Maybe her cheeks flush. Maybe she shifts closer. That's your cue you're getting under her skin. Flipping the frame. Make her qualify herself. Now that you've got her engaged, it's time to flip the frame. Make her feel like she's the one who needs to prove herself to you. This isn't about being arrogant. It's about setting a standard. Say, "I'm curious. What's the one thing about you that most people miss?" It's a question that forces her to open up, to show you something real. And when she does, you don't gush or fawn. You nod, like you're weighing it. Then say, "That's interesting, but I'm not sure you're as fearless as you think." It's a gentle push, a challenge that makes her want to show you more. This tactic comes from negotiation psychology. When you position yourself as the prize, others instinctively try to win you over. You're not being a jerk. You're being a man with standards. You're showing her you're not impressed by surface-level charm. You want depth, and you're not afraid to call it out. Picture this. You're at a dinner party, and she's talking about her passions. Instead of nodding along, you say, "That's cool, but I'm curious. What's the one thing you're passionate about that you'd never admit in a room like this?" She'll pause, maybe smile, maybe give you a half answer. But you've just shifted the dynamic. She's not just talking, she's trying to show you who she really is. Building emotional intimacy. Crack her open. Intimacy isn't about touch, it's about truth. To build that connection, ask questions that cut through the small talk and get to her core. Try, "What's the one thing you've done that you'd never admit to anyone else?" It's not about prying. It's about creating a space where she feels safe to be raw. When she shares something real, don't judge. Don't jump in with your own story. Just say, "I respect that. Not everyone's got the guts to own that side of themselves." You're building a connection that goes beyond the surface, and that's what makes her crave more of you. Imagine you're on a quiet date, just the two of you. She's talking about her life, her dreams. Instead of keeping it light, you say, "What's the one dream you've never told anyone because it feels too big, too crazy?" When she answers, you listen, not just to her words, but to the way her voice softens, the way her eyes light up. You nod and say, "That's bold. Most people would hide that part of themselves." You've just made her feel seen in a way no one else has. That's the kind of intimacy that lingers. Disturbing her balance. Keep her guessing. A powerful man doesn't just make her feel good. He disturbs her balance. He says things she doesn't expect, wrapped in just enough charm to keep her hooked. Try this. There's something dangerous about how calm you are, like you're used to getting away with more than people realize. Don't smile. Don't explain. Just hold her gaze. She'll feel the paradox. You see her, but you're not intimidated. That's what flips her switch. She doesn't know if you admire her, fear her, or want to tame her, but she wants to find out. This is about creating tension, not resolving it. Psychology shows that uncertainty fuels desire. When she's not sure where she stands with you, her mind starts working overtime. You're not being cruel, you're being compelling. Picture this. You're at a bar and the conversation's getting intense. Instead of keeping it safe, you say, "You've got this way of looking at me, like you're testing if I can keep up with you." Then you pause. Let her react. Maybe she laughs. Maybe she pushes back. Whatever she does, you've just made her feel like she's in a game she wants to win. Becoming the experience. Be the man she can't forget. At the end of it all, it's not about what you say. It's about who you are. You're not just a guy hitting on her. You're the man who walks into a room and changes the air. You're the one who sees through her smiles, who doesn't need her approval to feel certain. You're the experience she can't shake. Say something like, "I don't know if I should say this, but I feel like you'd either ruin me or unlock something I haven't felt in years." Then stop. Let her feel the weight of that. Let her wonder what you see in her that she hasn't discovered yet. This is about creating a moment she'll replay in her mind. You're not offering a date or a promise. You're offering a portal to something unforgettable. And when she senses she's standing in front of a man who could unravel her but chooses not to, she steps closer. Not because you asked, but because her curiosity is unbearable. Imagine this. You're at a quiet lounge and the night's winding down. You've been talking for hours and the tension's electric. Instead of pushing for more, you say, "I'm not sure if I should keep talking to you. You're trouble, and I'm not sure I mind." Then you smile and leave it there. She'll be thinking about you all night, wondering what happens next. You're not here to chase women. You're here to build a life so strong, so magnetic, that the right ones can't help but step into your orbit. Stop playing small. Stop explaining yourself. Start owning the space you're in. The next time you're face to face with a woman, don't try to win her over. Make her feel the weight of who you are. Let her wonder what it's like to get closer. And when she does, she'll be the one chasing you. If this hit you where it counts, don't just let it sit in your head. Drop a comment below. Tell me what spoke to you, what you're taking away. Hit that like button if this resonated. Share it with a brother who needs to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Now go out there and be the force you were born to be.